the center of the cataloging process. Actually, this presentation is not about testing the general capabilities of AI in metadata creation, because most of you have tested that and tried that many times. I'm using specific real-life cases to compare different AI platforms, evaluate their accuracy, and understand to what extent we can actually rely on them in our work. I'm sharing experiments where I compared 3 AI platforms, ChatGPT, Gemini, and DeepSeek, to see how they perform in cataloging and metadata tasks and measure the accuracy, strength, and weakness. To get fair results, I used very strict prompt to generate these records. The goal was to prevent guessing, avoid hallucinations, and much as possible, as much as possible. I plan to test many different cases at the beginning of my research, but at the end, I decided to do 2 use cases only to test the AI platforms that we have. Let's start with the record creation. This is the prompt which I entered to the 3 AI platforms. This prompt tells the AI to work like professional metadata librarian. It catalogs articles using only visible information from images, follow Mark 21 and RDA rules, and avoid guessing or putting any suggestion for the records. As we see, we put in the prompt the rule for the AI agent, the tasks that's required from the AI agent to do, and the evidence and rules he must follow. This is the second page. This is the complete of the prompt. I know this prompt is too long, but I'm trying to put most of the rules that can prevent AI to invent any information or put any or make any hallucination for this. This is a sample which I tested on this book called As the Catalyst Online. And I got the cover page and title page and the back of title page and the last page of the book to have the pagination or the number of pages and the back of the book. The first challenge here is doing OCR for this to extract the data, and after that, this extracted data must be resulted in Mark 21 record according to Anglo-American cataloging, according to RDA and Mark 21 format. If we look to this screen, you will find that the 3 results from ChatGPT and Gemini and DeepSeek. Here we have very important rule. The most long and have a lot of details was the DeepSeek, but that doesn't mean this is the best record, because we always say deeper in details. Here we have some comparison between the results that we have from the 3 AI platforms. We tried in our prompt to prevent the AI from inventing any data or making hallucination, and this is appear here. We tell him, do not infer or normalize or guess, just extract what is explicitly visible in the images. The results that we got, If we took the field like 300, this is the physical description field, ChatGPT gives us the number of pages and the dimensions, 24. And by the way, here the number of pages is wrong because the correct number of pages is 268. So ChatGPT here failed in making the direct right OCR for this number. Gemini do that correct, put the number of pages correct, and put the default dimension for the book, but he put also 17 centimeter, and we always do not put this in our cataloging rules. DeepSeek failed and put wrong number of pages. The three platforms succeeded in put 88 for the vernacular field, and put the romanized field for all the fields that we put romanized for 24.5 to 26.4, 100, all of them. So the three platforms succeeded in that. Also, if we look for the classification, the three platforms put the right classification for the artificial intelligence. But when we look for the live-of-Congress classification, ChatGPT and Gemini put the right classification, but the cutter was wrong in DeepSeek. We have a special case here in this book because the date of publication was in Hijri, not in the Georgian format. So Gemini was helpful and made the conversion between Hijri and the other date and put it the right date. This is very important note because ChatGPT was very restrict and follow the instructions to not put any information are not mentioned or discovered in the books. So he write in the 040 it's not provided, and 2644 for publishing country or publishing city, it's not provided. Here, if we look for the leader and the 008, and this is essential for any cataloger, and may affect not only on the searching process, but it affects also in the discovery layers, because if we want to gather all the information in Arabic or English or French, we depend on the text fields with 008. And there is also another important values in leaders. Gemini takes most of them and put the right values for leader, but DeepSeek failed in that. Also, we have in the title page, the author was entitled with his profession. He is an Ustaz al professor at the university. Gemini detected that and put an Ustaz al-Doktor Manal al-Bilqasi, but ChatGPT extract just the name. DeepSeek fails also in that. This is about 880 for the vernacular, and this was okay. Here, the 246, the date for DeepSeek was not correct, but Gemini put the right date. I know we sometimes put not the number of the date, we may put 2024 or 2025 if the Hijri date between two dates. Okay, for the subject heading, Gemini also fails in that he put the right subject heading for artificial intelligence, but he put agriculture and data processing, and this is not related to the book. But ChatGPT and Gemini put the right subject headings. The special fields for RDA 336 and 337 and 338 was right by ChatGPT and Gemini, and DeepSeek missing these fields, and this was not right. In the prompt that I'm using with the three platforms, I put in the prompt to self-test yourself in the results that we have from each platform, and each platform will give us assessment for itself for the result that he have. DeepSeek give himself 4 from 5, and this is not true. ChatGPT, we called it realistic, and this is correct to some extent. And Gemini also was overconfident, and we will tell you why he did that. If we talk about ChatGPT, we can call him the strict librarian. He was following our instructions and get the data as we tell him to do. Gemini was over-helpful in turn, doing a little of hallucination, but maybe this hallucination is not wrong. Maybe this is true, but I don't guarantee that for any records. Every record have special case, we need to test that. DeepSeek, the fabricator. We called him the fabricator because he failed in the accuracy test. So, from our comparison, not the AI agents comparison, the accuracy with the ChatGPT was a winner, Gemini runner, DeepSeek failed. Formatting for Mark 21, all of them succeeded and passed. The Arabic support, all of them support Arabic well, no problem with that. Prompt compliance, ChatGPT was strict, Gemini was loose, DeepSeek failed, and safety high, medium, low. To conclude, what we see, we can use Gemini as a drafter. This generates a skeleton of records, handle complex suffix linkage and publishing details. ChatGPT, we can deal with it as a suggester. He is suggesting subject and headings and summaries. And the filter, human cataloger, validate physical description for 300. DeepSeek excluded from this production. The second use case, I get record from Library of Congress and make some errors in these records, change in the leader and 008 and in the linkage fields, and this record, by the way, according to Anglo-American cataloging rules, it's not RDA, and we entered it to the 3 platforms, and also we try to use strict prompt to avoid any hallucination and correct all the issues that we have. If we look to this prompt, we will see 4 tasks in this prompt. The first task was correcting the data. The first task was error discovery for this record. The second task was correcting this data according to RDE and Mark 21. The third task was confidence flagging or testing himself. The last one was evaluation. Here we have some of the errors that we have. The book, we have wrong values in leader. we have wrong values in 008. This is a country, is not the right country code in 264. The language for the book was Arabic. I put FRE for French, and I changed the second indicator in 100 and second indicator in 245. This is samples of the errors. DeepSeek make hallucinations and didn't fix the wrong values. Gemini was the winner here in fixing the errors in the record. He fixed the country code from TS to MA, this is Morocco, and he take it from the subject, from the publisher. It was Casablanca, so he detected Casablanca in Morocco and put the right value in 008. ChatGPT also takes some values. For the second indicator in 245, ChatGPT and DeepSeek put the values of the second indicator, change it, and Gemini consider it. Here also, we told you before, this record was Anglo-American. We need to upgrade it to RDA. So all the models upgraded and changed the 260 to 264 and change it to according to the RDA. Also, we have the abbreviations in 300 field, the ILL and P. If we look for the DeepSeek, the only platform that change ILL to illustration and change P to pages. ChatGPT change only the ILL but keep the pages P as it. Here also the dealing with the vernacular field for 880. It was no problem in it. Here Gemini, in the field 040, he put the subfield P and subfield E RDA to change it from Anglo-American to RDA. DeepSeek was putting wrong flags for musical sounds, and this may affect the accuracy of the record. ChatGPT flagged the country code using the publishing country from 264, and Gemini put flagged in 700 field that relations to make conflict between authors. This is the graph of the measurement of the accuracy of every platform. Here also what every platform did with the record, fixing the indicators and completing some data. Here, at the end, we say model verdict ChatGPT. ChatGPT was the strength point for it was solid baseline for RDA migration, good Arabic script rendering, identifying obvious errors, serials or paragraphs. Weakness, missed unseen country code errors, lake details, justifications for indicator choice. DeepSeek strengths, extremely rigorous formatting, pages for illustration, high visual quality reports. This is from DeepSeek, but I think this will not be useful for us as a cataloger, and do a lot of hallucinations. Gemini was the strongest one. Production, he inferred Morocco from Casablanca. He proactively added cataloging language, subfield P, E, and RDA in 040. And weakness is overconfident in self-assessment. The conclusion, the quality control engine, AI is not replacement for the cataloger, but powerful quality control engine. Gemini used for logical-based validation, text field, ChatGPT used for text-based migration, human mandatory review for record type semantic. The perfect record is collaboration, AI handling syntax, the cataloger handling the semantic. The future is augmented, not automated. The experiment proved that while AI can handle the syntax of complex metadata, it lacks the discipline to distinguish between likely and the true. Use LLM to generate the marked containers. Use the librarian to verify the truth within it. Thank you.
Hello, and thank you very much for this wonderful presentation. It's very helpful to hear you talk about the differences between these three systems. My question is about the workflow. If we take it on a bigger scale, did you have the time to compare, if you go into the system you're suggesting in your last slide, what will be the impact on the workflow for the librarian?
Do you mean the workflow for the cataloger work?
Yes, for the cataloger work. I mean, if we go with this, you have to take the pictures, upload, check. Is it, I mean, probably some of the, I'm not a librarian, but probably some of the librarians would say, am I gaining time? Is it a peaceful workflow? What's the impact on the daily work of the librarian? Not only in terms of time, but also in terms of cognitive work the whole day.
I think we have two scenarios here. The first one is using the platform direct from the cataloger. If we don't have library system support AI or support API that can connect with any of the AI platforms, which do a lot of works beyond that, because he will not need to write prompt. If his library system support AI or he have API connected direct to the library system, he can just upload patch of records or patch of images, and the system will do that without any effort from the catalog. The other one, if he don't have library system supports that, or he doesn't have library system, I think he need to change the workflow for his work. If we have a normal cataloger, he have the book and he transcribe the data from the book and write it in Mark 21. And if he need to make authority, he search for the authority at the beginning and get it. And if he wants subject, he search for the subject. I think the first step, he have images from the essential information resources in the book, as a title page, as a table content, as a title page, verso, all the pages that can contain this information, and just put it to ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever he will, the platform he will use, and give him the right prompt to extract this data. After that, he can take these records and upload it to the library system, and then he can correct it directly on the library system. Here we have very important information, because the same prompt didn't give us the same result with every platform. If you write prompt strictly and have a correct prompt, I do this. Actually, this takes from me a lot of time to have syntax for this prompt can work with all the platforms, and to get a comparable result that I can do the presentation with it. I take a lot of time to do that. So not always the prompt will be work for every platform. I think the platforms, every one of them have its character and need to write prompt in different way.
Thank you for the very detailed analysis, looking at the advantages and also limitations of these models. This will tell us what we've sort of seen is very impressionistic scales of our computer science students who are doing internships at the summer. One thing I was going to ask you is when you did this analysis, because of course these models are a moving target, they keep changing all the time. So I do wonder whether you had perhaps tested this at varied intervals and had anything to say about how these models are evolving.
Thank you. Actually, I sent the suggestion for the paper since I think 4 or 6 months, but I postponed the test before the conference started to get the latest update from these platforms. Here I used the paid ChatGPT and paid Gemini, but DeepSeek was not paid version. This is to be honest. But this is the situation. This is the last updated, the last tests I did it yesterday.
But did you not done the same analysis previously?
No.
Thank you so much for that beautiful presentation, Dr. Mohammed. I totally agree that the cataloger should revise and revise accurately to the AI production. After that comparison between the AI systems or applications, in your opinion, what is the percentage that we can depend on AI to have an accurate and good production?
Okay, thank you for the question. Actually, here I took only 2 use cases for the tasks that the cataloger can do, but we have a lot of tasks that the cataloger can do. He maybe create record from citation, he maybe create record from text he entered, he maybe have records and need to make just romanization for these records. He maybe have a digital repository and want to migrate this Mark 21 record to Dublin core or another JSON schema or whatever schema. I believe in most of these cases we have a very accuracy data, especially in the data migration, in the romanization for fields and something like that. But the case that we need to review the creation record from scratch, from images, because this step, including OCR before making the cataloging, and the subject and classification. I can't depend on ChatGPT or Gemini in subject or classification without a human review.